Hi everyone. Today I'm gonna be trying to help this user. Yorgos is having some problem with his computer, his CPU or GPU. There is something wrong with his computer. So he's saying that, hi, I just bought a SCAR 18 with the same CPU and GPU as your G16. My 3D Mark Time Spy CPU score is pretty low, 30,969. Average CNs around 60,000. But my CPU never goes above 80 or 85. Here it's talking about temperature. Even in heavy games, could you share your score? Do you think a recent update could be causing this drop? Alright, so to make this video really quick and how to fix it, because I just woke up and it's very clear that your computer right now is having some problem. But that problem, it might be either software and also play around with this with some setting. But I will show you all of them really quick. So what's the first thing you're gonna do is you gotta open Armory Crate. I don't have Armory Crate. I will explain to you later why I don't have it. But I don't have it. I completely uninstall Armory Crate. But right now what you're gonna do is you're gonna open Armory Crate, and then you need to know that Armory Crate has some extra settings. Alright, so I don't know if you can see here on the picture right here. It is the CPU or GPU performance, right? So you gotta make sure that you set this to ultimate, right? You go to Armory Crate, you open it, and then when you open it, you will see something like this, right? At home, like in this tab at home, you will be looking at something like this, right? What you're gonna do is you're gonna click in here on this laptop icon or whatever. You're gonna click there, and then you're gonna go to the tab where is the GPU performance, right? And then this by default will be on a standard, right? Never put it like in eco mode or optimize, because you actually don't need it. And then I will explain to you why, because there is something else that you can do to keep your fan lower and your usage of your CPU or GPU medium, a little bit lower, without having some problem with your GPU CPU going on echo mode or something like that. You don't have to do that. And also the fan noise will be very low without having to do all of this, because sometimes when you turn on optimize or echo mode, sometimes it can be lagging, the website will be taking so long to load or anything like that. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna change the standard to ultimate, right? You're gonna set it to ultimate, and then next what you're gonna do is as you can see here, right, you're gonna make sure that you set this to whatever you want. If you are going for gaming, right, and you want your temperature to don't go too high, you're gonna set it to turbo, right? If it's going too high and your computer is getting too hot, you're gonna set it to turbo, especially in those games like AAA. You're gonna set it to turbo. And if it's not a game like AAA, it is games like old games or very easy games to run in your computer, like I don't know, like Fall Guys, Rock Lee, or any type of game like it is not that it doesn't take too many resources from your computer. You're gonna set it to performance, and just take a look at the temperature and if everything runs smoothly or not, because when your computer gets hot, your performance will go, it will go down. It doesn't matter what, it will go down unless you break that limit. It doesn't matter if the temperature is really high, the performance will just keep going straight, like it will just maintain high. So what you're gonna do is you set it to whatever you want, right? And then you can also play with the manual settings, but I will show you something real quick later that is something better than this, than Armory Crate, right? So what you're gonna do next is you're gonna type power settings. You're gonna type power settings, and then you go to edit power setting. You're gonna click on change advanced power settings, and then you're gonna scroll down right here. I don't know if you can see it, hopefully yes. If you go to PCI link state power management, try to set this to off. Try to set it to off. I don't know if this will be on something else or it will say something else. Set it to off. It's totally fine. It will make your computer even better. I think for some reason this will make your computer to go on power saving mode. Maybe I don't think I don't think I'm wrong, because I'm seeing it's like when every time I turn this option, I see it's like some side of my computer or devices, or the performance is a little bit lower because it's getting some time on that power saving mode, and I don't know why, because should be like plug in and all of that. But yeah, just make sure you turn this off, both of them. And then what's important, what you're gonna do is you open processor power management, and then in both of them you're gonna check that you have it on 100. This by default, when you just bought the computer, this will say like 5%. Both of them, it will say 5%. Maybe this one will say 0 and this one will say 5%. Make sure to set it to 100. So either way, when you don't have it, plug your laptop the power, the power with the charger, you get very high performance. Of course, you can lower this to like, don't use too much power and your battery doesn't run out really fast. You can maybe set it to 75, 65, 50, 45. It will be nice than just 5, because 5 just basically is not even using GPU or the CPU at all. So it's better to set it up like maximum, like minimum. Maximum, I would say like for if you don't do like gaming, don't set it to 100. Maybe for maximum you can set it to 85 or 80, and minimum you can set it to 45 or 50. All right, so what you're gonna do for the maximum, you're gonna set it up to 100. It doesn't matter if you're gaming, if you're doing something else or whatever, set it to 100, both of them. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna make your computer go to like full performance. But what happened is that is something that you can also do, because your temperature is also gonna go high, because it's gonna use more power on your computer. So if you don't like to see it's like the temperature going too high, and you don't want to run, for example, the fan like loud and all of that, I don't know, that just depends on you, your preference, like whatever you want. If you want the fans to be loud or no, I have it like going way to the max, and I also have an extra fan, and my temperature are always good, like 76, 75, 65. GPU, CPU always good. Like it doesn't matter if I play Cyberpunk, ray tracing or whatever, the temperature is always good, and it's good for the GPU and CPU and the health for your computer. So it doesn't get high, it doesn't kill your CPU and GPU, so it's pretty good. So this will make your temperature goes higher. When you set it to 100, it will go higher. So it's either way, you want to set it to 100, or you can also set it to 99, like you lower to 99, and this, both of them, you will lower to 99%, and the performance will be exactly the same, just slightly, like probably, I don't know, let's say one game, the finals, the shooting game. So in that game, let's say you're getting 165 FPS. When you put that to 99%, you will probably be getting like 163, 162. It's like 2 FPS, 3 FPS lost, right? It's not that much, and your temperature, it actually goes down a lot. Like it goes down probably a 10 or 15 under the maximum temperature. So it is also a good idea to set this to 99. The reason why I don't have it on 99, because by default, like this, having on 100, the temperature will go high, but because of my fan running really high and always keeping the computer, the laptop, very cold, I can set it up like this. All right, so you can set it up to 100 or 99. All right, and then you're gonna click OK. You can close this. Yeah, there is something that is called fast boot, right? It's not good. Do not turn fast boot. Do not want that. You don't want that on your computer. It is not good. You might be thinking, oh no, but I want my computer to turn on quick. No, so what happens every time you turn on your computer, there is always something that is running there in the background, something that's running. That's why your computer is always like on, really quick, like turn on really fast, or maybe you will be like, oh my god, like what happened, my computer is very slow, something like that. Your computer doesn't have even time to just fully sleep or fully shut down. All right, so never turn on fast boot, never. And there is something that happens when you turn on fast boot. There is some issues with the devices. Sometimes like your GPU or CPU, it cannot have time to load, and then when you get on a game, it's like stuttering or lagging or something like that. So make sure do never use that. It's not good. It's better to just keep it normal and load all the drivers and everything on your computer normal, and then you won't have any problem. Another thing that I will say, all the gaming's laptop right now, if you disable hibernation or hibernate, for your computer, when your computer go on that state where you cannot do anything, to just shut down your computer or whatever, it's the option hibernate. All right, so that's the thing. There is some people that will say like, oh no, turn that off or disable it. No, do not do that. Do not do that. Do not disable hibernate, because when you do that, for some reason there is something wrong with Windows or the new gaming's laptop, it will really fucked up your computer. Like it will make your computer really bad. So what happens if you disable this option, right? It will be in the same place where it's fast boot. Hold on. Oh, right here. Sorry, I just got it. So define power buttons right here. Change what the power buttons do. All right. So when this is the fast startup, like the fast boot, you don't want that. You see, is off, right? And then the sleep and lock is on by default, right? But the hibernate, as you can see, is turned off and it's disabled. Okay, you never want this to be like either way disable or enable, nothing like that. Just leave it exactly like that. You can see it's not enable, but it's also not disabled, because what happens if when you disable this option right here, this one, when you disable it, it will disappear, but it will give you a lot of trouble on your computer, like so many problems. It's like it's actually running still on your computer, or there is something like glitch or bug with Windows or new gaming's laptop, whatever, or maybe with the GPU or CPU. So when you disable that, you won't see it, right? And then every time you turn on your computer will be lagging. So because of this, your computer will be like, oh, so right now, like I have my computer on and the performance is just great. Like I can play the game, high FPS, high graphic settings, so many things that you can do on your computer at that moment. And then you go to sleep, you go to do something else, you shut down your computer, and then when you turn back your computer, like you turn it on and everything seems normal, you won't notice at first, because you might be thinking like, nothing happened, right? My performance is still the same. But if you go and play one game, you go and do something else, maybe you drag the Windows tab or whatever is this, like you move it like this, you will see like it is slowed down. Like it will slow down, it will be like lagging, costing, and things like that. And when you're in a game and you have this problem, your FPS would drop crazy. It's like you don't have like GPU or CPU, nothing is being used. You'll be having, before, when the performance was okay, not having that problem, your performance will be like, let's say 200 FPS. And after this happen, after you restart your computer or you shut down your computer, you turn it on later, when you get back and you have this problem, your FPS will drop to 20, 19, or even under. Like it will be even less than that. All right, so you gotta make sure you never mess it up with this type of settings. Just leave it like that and it will be fine. Another thing that I will also recommend you is you go to settings, you go right here, right on settings, and then you're gonna make sure that you go to system, you go to power battery, and then power mode, you set it up to best performance. You can see it set it to best performance, plug in, and on battery. This actually won't do um this actually won't do anything at all on your computer because you're already using Armory Crate, and you'll also change the battery power. Like you set it to 100 or 99. But you know, it's good to just keep this up as best performance, you know, to make it like more comfortable for you, that you actually running the computer at max performance, than to just use like best power efficiency or balance. You know, you don't want to see that when you actually want best performance. So you want to change both of them to best performance, and then ms config, right? It will appear system configuration. So you type on this, on the Windows search bar, you type ms-config, you click enter, and this will open, right? When this open, you're gonna click on boot, and then you're gonna click on advanced option, and then you're gonna see here, you don't have to do this if everything is fine on your computer, right? Because this by default should be used in all the processor and maximum memory, right? So this maximum memory, it will be your RAM, right? But if your computer is actually using all of your RAM, you can check here by the task manager. You right click right here, task manager, you go on performance, and then you go on memory. As you can see here, we're telling you how much RAM do you have, if it can use more of your RAM and all of that. I have 64. This computer came with 32 RAM, but I have right now 64 for this laptop. So basically you can see over there, and then you're gonna make sure that if it is not using all of your RAM, you can set up like manually, like you can do it yourself and tell the computer how much to use, right? So you can either use ChatGPT or go online to see how to convert your RAM number to this number right here. So you click here, you check this box, and then you set the number, and that's it. And number of processor, you want always to be like the maximum, right? So you can set it up right there. I don't have it because I don't need, like, my computer is working totally fine, but you can actually check this box, and then you set it to use all of them, like it won't give you any problem or nothing like that, because I'm also using this app called Park Control, CPU parking and frequency, right? So it will give you like the max performance. Is not just about like the CPU, it will be also for GPU and everything in general on your computer, right? So you want to make sure you by doing this, it's gonna use all of them at once. As you can see here, say 24 of 24 cores are being used, right? And it has like the max performance 230. You can see right here, I have a profile for this, and it's using 100% on both of them, plug-in and on battery. You can see, right? So, and if you want to download this program, you can go on our online on the website, search for Power Control. You can install it. You can have it like portable, like you don't need to install it. And then you set the settings like this. You make your profile. You check one of the profile, like for max performance or whatever. You click on make active, and then you gonna change this. By default will be like something different than this. It won't look like this. You gotta click here, and then it will pop up. It will show up like this, and then you're gonna change the parking frequency scaling. You're gonna set it to 100, both of them, like on battery and plug-in, and then you're gonna click apply. And then as you can see, my cores are being used all the time, but in mode and in efficient mode. So it's not gonna be like killing my CPU, my GPU. It's always gonna be like maintaining the same performance over and over again. And of course it goes down, go up, you know. It's gonna keep it healthy, you know, on your CPU and GPU. If you don't have this, or you don't set this option right here, like using the maximum processor, sometimes some of them will be sleeping. Some of them will be inactive. They won't be on even when you're playing or when you're doing something else, when you're searching, watching video or whatever. it will be off. All right, so you're gonna make sure you do this, and then you're gonna click OK. And if you have this, make active, apply, you change this, apply, and then OK, and that's it. All right, and then for it can like it has so many problems. Like I honestly I will say like this app has so many problems. I tried to install OBS, you know, for streaming and recording, and it won't let me because one of the process for this app called Net framework or something like that, it won't allow me to install this. It's making so many problems, and after I uninstall it, I'm not having any problem, right? And you might be thinking like, oh, so what should I do? Because this I can use it for like RGB lights and things like that. What I would say is you can keep the Armory crate, but you can also disable so many of the process that is using, like things that you don't need to be using on this program. You can disable it. For example, if you want to keep the RGB lights or you want to keep the aura sync, or you want to keep the you know, because you have a scar in the back, you can have like those war or RGB lights or whatever is that. You can keep those processes. When you open Armory Crate, it's gonna those processes are the only ones gonna be working. The other is gonna be stopped, it's not gonna be working, it's gonna be just disabled, right? So you can have it like that without uninstall completely Armory Crate. But out right now, because mine is a G16, right? I don't have this card, I don't have that part of the back on the laptop. I'm using this program right here, G Helper. All right, so I'm using G Helper, and as you can see, this G Helper is literally one very light program that you can run in the background all the time without any problem. It won't slow down your performance. Your performance will be exactly the same without this program running and with this program running in the background. What this program do is exactly do the same thing as Armory Crate. It doesn't like give you a bunch of process and things like running in the background for no reason. It will tell you the temperature of your CPU and GPU, right? And as you can see right now, my GPU is 46 and my CPU is 58, right? And my fan is at 96 and 92%. My mid fan is 94%. So this is good. You can, so as you can see, it has option as an Armory Crate, you know, for the override and overclock on your monitor, you know, to make it like a little bit faster. You can see it's using it right here. It's set it to auto 60 and 240, right? You definitely want to set it to 240 to have less latency and max frame rate, you know, max hertz on your monitor or your screen. You set it there, and of course you can play with the same setting for turbo mode, balance, silent. You know, it's gonna change your performance, and it will also change your fan, right? I set it, I have it on turbo, and for the power of the GPU, you can see I have it on ultimate. That's what I was talking about before. Just make sure you change it from standard to ultimate, and it will be better. I have it on ultimate right now. And of course you can change a lot of things. For example, the way how it's gonna look the screen, you know, the colors and all of that, it's always good. Everybody knows this. We always gonna use Vivid. This one right here, Vivid. Always. You can use Armory Crate or you can use this app. Always Vivid. You're gonna change it to that. The color, the screen, and everything will looks better, way better. So you want to keep it these settings to whatever you prefer, but this is good already. Like the first one, native, and this I keep it on cold. You, of course, you can make it like warmer or whatever you want. All right, this will be for your laptop keyboard RGB light. You can see here it has every single one of the different style for your RGB lights on your computer. It worked perfectly. Like you click on it, you can change the color. Right now I have the rainbow, and I know you guys cannot see it, but it is working. It activates right away. And if you click on extra, right, and as you can see, you can also change the key bins, you know, like the extra keyword, the extra key you have on your keyboard, and what they do, like what action they do, and all of that, like volume down, mute your mic, and things like that. you can keep it like this. This by default is perfect. I just leave it like that. It's perfect. Here you can also change the settings, like if you want the logo to be shown, if you want the keyboard to be light up, you know, the RGB when you turn on, when in a sleep mode, when you shut down, things like that. It is good. Like, it gives you a bunch of options that you can do to set out to whatever you want. But I leave it on all the time. Like, RGB light going shut down. After you shut down, of course, the RGB light will be off. And here you can see, you can also change the brightness if you're gonna set it to 100 or whatever you want to make it lower. You can also change the animation speed, like if there is some like rainbow, like the speed, laser, ripple, or whatever, you can change the speed right here. It's very easy. And for the CPU cores, as you can see, it also gives you the option to do it without the part control app. I have this, but this also gives you this option. You can use all of your P cores for your CPU and use the E cores as well, right? As you can see, you gotta make sure that you set this. If you have this app and you want to install it, I recommend you to install it. Make sure to set this to 8 P cores or whatever is your maximum, and for the E cores you're gonna also set it to maximum, and then you click apply. After you click apply, it's gonna ask you to restart your computer and all of that. So it is pretty good. Like, you can see here, you have option for like both sound. You know, when you turn on, it's gonna make one sound when it's loading up and things like that. There is a lot of things that you can do in here in this program. And of course, let me show you something real quick because I forgot. The battery charge limit, always set it to 100 or either 99, right? You can set the limit. Like, this app is absolutely cool and nice. Like, it's perfect. And also it can tell you the name and the ID of your laptop, right? Roystrick G16, and they give you like the tag like for that specific model. And if you click in here in fans power, it also give you like the way how you're gonna customize how fast, how loud it's gonna be the fan. I have it all like to the maximum. Like, it's very loud. As you can see, it's using, for this one is using 7,000 RPM. For the GPU, it goes up to 7,400 RPM, and for the mid fan it goes to 7,600, right? And I have it all to the maximum, right? You can lower this by graphic. This will be the temperature. If your temperature goes 70 or 80, you want to make sure you set it to whatever you want. If it's very low, you just lower this, so it will keep your fan very low at those temperature. But if it gets higher, it will automatically, your fan will start getting high by whatever you set it up in here. But I have it everything to the maximum, and you want to also make sure the window power mode, you set it to best performance. This will basically be the power settings, so what we did before, and also in the settings, like doing the power and blah blah blah, right? You can change it to best performance. It will be exactly the same thing. All right, it will be exactly the same thing. Just make sure if you have this app as well, you set it to best performance. And the CPU boost, I have it on aggressive, right? This will give you a little bit more performance on your CPU, and I don't know, it is good. It is better to do it this way without using Armory Crate. And I'm just telling you that this by default it come with Armory Crate. What I'm showing you right here, the CPU boost, you can do that on Armory Crate. The power limit on the CPU, as you can see, you can set it to 175. Probably your computer is not even using the whole power, right? So if you have this program and you disable Armory Crate, like you're not gonna use anymore, or you can also go on Armory Crate, try to find this option of how many power, like how much will be your power limit. Set it to 175 or whatever is your maximum, because you want that performance. That's why we get a very high GPU that have a very high watts, you know, because they give you more performance, give you better result. So as you can see, this will be for the CPU to minimal boost. So this is good to set it to 175. That come with the computer. Like mine is 175 watts. so that's good. And the GPU, of course, this is with overclocking, same as Armory Crate. You can change the temperature, you can change the power, you can either overclock your GPU, or you don't wanna overclock your GPU. You just leave it by default. It is fine. You can do whatever you want, but the performance will be always really high. And then when you're gonna do whatever you do here, like some changes, like you change the fan speed, or you overclock something, you change this some setting in here, you're gonna make sure you click you check this box, apply power limits, and then you check also this one, apply custom fan curve. Like every time you change something in here, you uncheck and then you check it back. Sometimes it will do it automatically, so you don't have to do it every time, but it will be always like that. And just make sure the run on startup is always on, so you don't have to do anything else. Just always have the same performance. And just to letting you know, you can have the same performance, like best performance, having like a lot of frame rate and FPS with very low fan noise. Because what happens if you use Armory Crate, right? If you set the fan very low, it will lower your performance. It will lower your performance because it will start like changing modes. And in this one, you can set it to silent, right? Your fan will be low, but you can keep the performance high or whatever you want to be. Like not too high, maybe you want it like 75 or whatever. You can do that, and your computer will be very quiet, very on silent mode or in balance mode, and your fan, it will be very low. Like it's not gonna make it's not gonna be very noisy, or it's not gonna be loud. Yeah, so pretty much that was it. Your computer will be fine after changing all these settings. And just cause you told me, could you share your score? Here's my score. I just did it before I was recording this because I want to make sure I show it to you. I did the score, and my score right now, this is with recording. And also I have so many tabs open. I have so many tabs open right now. I have RGB, I have the OBS, NVIDIA, I have the Steam, I have this running, I have some stuff also running in the background. So probably taking out those stuff, maybe it will get a little bit more performance, just a little bit. But this will be my score, 80,709 for the Time Spy score. The graphics score is very good, 90,613, and the CPU score is 14,836, right? You say for you get 30,969, right? I would say yours is not bad. Your computer is totally fine, it's healthy. It just, you gotta play with the settings as I show you. Do that, and then you will start getting this performance. I'm pretty sure my CPU, it can go to 15, or it can go higher if I either stop, like, you know, like having those websites, because this will use an CPU. It will start using CPU instead of GPU, like all this tab website and program running. It will be using the CPU. All right, so yeah, this is perfectly fine. You can see, like, by having all of this is already like almost reaching 50,000. So yeah, pretty good. It's very smooth. I was getting, for FPS, I was getting like 140, 150 in every single one of the graphics tests. And there was one test I was getting like 110, 90, but still pretty good. It is amazing. And for the CPU test, I was getting 60, 70. Crazy, like insane. So hopefully you do this and your computer will be fine. If it's not, then just let me know in the comment. But I'm pretty sure 100% that this will fix your problem. And also, I will tell you something else. The Armory Crate, it give you problem on your devices. Any devices that you have like out there, like mouse or anything that you buy outside or Amazon, whatever, and then you plug in your computer, sometimes it can give you a problem. It can be like it will shut down by itself, glitch or something like that. So make sure to watch my other video explaining how to fix that. And of course, uninstalling Armory Crate, it will fix that problem as well. If you don't know how to install it, just let me know in the comment. I will make a new video for that. It will be very, very fast because it's very simple. You can either use their uninstaller from their website, because that's another thing. They only have it on their website. Pretty good. It's very simple, so I'm happy about it. You can use that, but it's on their website, or you can use another app, like a third-party software, to uninstall it. So don't worry, just leave the comment, like if you like this video, and subscribe. Thanks.